5:30. Hello, everybody. Dogs like you, don't they?
I guess. Ooh, he's licking my neck.
That and a licky. The other knows we don't like to be licked, but that and there a licky.
I just found that out. He licked my neck, or she, or whatever it is.
You remember that man say, God dang it, I just got sweat in my sore eye. You remember that?
Who said that?
Fred Taylor.
Oh, you
did. Hello, everybody. Let's see, I see 16 people. Hey there, living life. Hey, I had Grandma to come in here today. It wasn't planned, she just happened to come up. Living life said hello there, Grandma.
Hey.
You want to look at this? I can't look at the phone.
I thought you said you didn't have a camera on. I don't know what's going on. It went away, Danny.
It did. Let's see what it is.
You know, things happen to me.
It moved up on the... Hey, now it's just spinning.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
What's causing that?
Yeah, like you don't know, Mom.
You got good internet.
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
That stuff like that don't happen to me.
Mm-mm. Hey, you know what I was doing a while ago? I scheduled this video 3 times before it done it.
You don't tell me that. You mean that happens to other people?
Yep. I scheduled that video this video right here, 3rd time, 3 times. Because I knew it was going to take me a minute to get out here and everything. And every time I would go in there and do it, it just wouldn't do it. And I've seen it do that before. Wouldn't let you schedule.
Well,
But I went...
I even try to schedule.
You know, you can go in there like to edit settings. And I went to edit settings 2 times. And the 3rd time, it took.
Yeah, your thing there is shaking.
If I had my phone on the table, it'd do that. There you
go. It's gone again.
It is?
Yes.
What in the world?
Don't ask me nothing about this computer stuff. I thought you was the man that knew everything.
It says YouTube is being updated.
So what does that mean? Just leave it over there because I can't see it. No
I mean, that must be why it's acting up.
Just because I have to get right up that close to it to see it. Did you see my video?
I've seen some of it.
The clouds was coming from that way, going that way.
They was.
And then I found out there was storms. There was tornado stuff going. You know, clouds usually come from that way, going that way.
Yeah.
But they was coming from that way, going that way.
I know it now that you say that. I mean, you know, since I've heard you talking about it, I ain't never paid it no attention.
Well, I had a windmill one time, and that windmill blew going that way. It hardly never went that way. The windmill would turn around, you know, when it was blowing a certain way. I thought something was strange happening because the clouds was all going the wrong. Well, I don't reckon there's no right and wrong direction, but I think it's sort of. It always goes that way.
Uh-huh.
No, that way.
Yeah, that's right.
That way.
From the west to the east. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Grandma come down.
Is that just a picture or is that me?
It's you. Should.
Oh, yeah, I see I'm moving now. I thought it was just a picture.
You know, but you seeing like a little bit of delay there.
Yeah, I know that. I know it does that too. But it's quiet and calm and look how green the grass is.
I heard you talking about the other day about not being hot and all that. About, yeah, you was talking about air conditioning. I mean, it could have been 2 weeks ago, but you was talking about like air conditioning and stuff like that. These people don't realize when you talk about that, like we didn't even have an air conditioner in our house.
We didn't either, because we didn't have nothing that, we didn't have any electricity. We didn't have nothing.
Some of us folks get hot.
Well, I'm not one of them.
I know it. But
and
like,
my sister was the opposite. She got hot.
But if you have company to come,
I have to turn on.
And they over there sweating. And,
yeah, I try to turn on something if I have company, but when I don't have company, I don't turn nothing on. If I got a little fan, that's fine. I mean, I'm okay with just a fan. I sleep with a blanket on me right now at night.
Well, I do too, but I got the air conditioner on.
Well, I don't have that. It's a beautiful day. And look at the leaves, how shiny and green and sparkly they are. Everything is so green and pretty.
You know what I thought about a bunch of times?
What?
You know how when stuff starts growing, it's a good thing it don't do that all year.
Oh, I know it.
You know, I mean, everything would be a jungle, wouldn't it?
It would. It's just about a jungle now at my house. I was gonna look at me a lawnmower today while I was in town, but
They done told you not to worry about no lawnmower.
I want a lawnmower that's self-propelled and it has a battery on it. I don't want to mess with no gas. I want a lawnmower that I can hold it and walk behind it and cut my grass.
Well, you got the right idea, but like,
and I don't know.
See that like if it's battery operated, it's already turning the blade, and then if it's turning the wheels, I don't know if you can buy that yet.
I looked at some at Home Depot. On the computer. I didn't go out. I was gonna stop by there, but I was running late and I was tired, and I just come on home today.
Here's what is happening right now. Weed eaters and all kind of stuff like that is going to battery power.
Well, I got it.
There's not going to be no such a thing as a gasoline
Well,
weed
I don't
eater.
want a food with no gasoline, no way. I
You know,
want-
like electric, you know, like a weed eater with a battery.
I got one.
You know, the carburetors don't mess up.
I didn't even know it had a carburetor.
Well, they don't, see.
Oh.
But like a gas powered one, if you don't use it for a while, it'll mess up. And
Yeah, I know it.
and the lawnmower's the same way. The fool with a lawnmower, you actually like need to know a little bit about how to keep them running. And man, that is
I
aggravating.
know it's awful. We used to have a little lawnmower when we lived over there on Duncan Street that was run electric. And you had to watch the cord and not run over the cord.
Y'all have one?
Yeah.
Oh,
We
deep
lived
back then?
on Duncan Street.
Dang,
It was electric.
dang.
You had
I
to,
didn't. Hey, I mean, I didn't know they made them way back then electric.
I did. We had one. It wasn't no that old big. It was just a little old bitty lawnmower.
But like the weed eaters and all that kind of stuff, blowers and all that stuff. They making them where you throw them away. When they tear up, it costs more to fix it than what the thing cost. So they making stuff now where like real cheap. That thing ain't on there right. Tammy's somehow hooked it up backwards. She put it on the stand backwards somehow.
Is it in front of the thing?
It don't matter. It wasn't in front of you.
Oh. Well,
I asked Grandma a while ago. My daddy's daddy. And you know how you think about things every now and then. I was going to try to remember to ask Grandma here what he doing for a living.
I never heard nobody say. I never heard nobody say he worked. I don't know.
She said she didn't know him until 1956.
That's right. And he was old.
He was old then.
Yeah. He was
You know that. You know what kind of shape he was in.
Yeah.
I remember him being 81. And you 86, right?
Yeah.
I remember him being 81. Laid in that bed all the time.
Well, he got hit by a car. He had went to a supper or something with a man down the street, and that man stopped in front of the house in the road, and Mr. Hodges got out of the road, and I guess that man went on, and Mr. Hodges was going in his house, going towards his house, and a car come by and hit him and broke his leg. And he was in the hospital and had to take his leg off. And he would tell Miss Hodges, he said, "There's ants crawling, biting my feet." She said, she's kind of feisty. "Tom, they ain't no ants biting your foot, 'cause you ain't even got a foot." But the doctor said those nerves are still there, and you feel like it's still there.
That's something else, ain't it? Like, where did you meet Daddy at?
You know, Christina asked me that the other day.
She did.
Yeah, when we went out there to that birthday party, Christina asked me that.
Well, I mean, you wasn't neighborhood friends because you would have known them, You said you didn't know
No,
him until 1956, so.
no, it was before '56. We got married in '56. In like '54 or 5. No, wait a minute. Let's see. I got married in '56, '55, '54, '54. I guess I don't know. Over there at the Dublin High School, they had a shanty. They called it. It was a building that was shaped like a tin can cut in half the long way, and it was where they had stuff for the seniors and people to go and have parties. And so my mama had me and Gail a birthday, and she got that shanty for us to have a party for our birthday. She was born March the 13th, and I was born March the 20th. We had our birthdays at the same time. So we went to that, and we was in there, and there was people in there, and my sister, she went outside, and she come in, and she said, they some boys out there wants us to go ride around. I said, I don't want to. She said, come on and go. I said, no, I don't want to. She begged me into going. And it was your daddy and J.E. McClendon, a friend of his, and I knew him distantly, So, well, she just would not have it if I just didn't go ride around with them. Her and Marvin, she got in the front seat with your daddy.
She did. I think I've heard you say that.
And I was in the back seat with J.E. McClendon.
I don't remember him.
We went on, well, I don't guess you did. We got on down the road, and Marvin stopped the car. He wanted to swap. He wanted me up there in the front, and Gail had to get in the back with J.E. Well, that was my biggest mistake. One of them.
You can't really say that, but and I know everybody thinks, about stuff like that, but like,
well, no,
you wouldn't have me and
I
Tony
know it.
and all the grand youngins,
And I never went with another person ever before. I did. He was the only person. I never went out on a date with nobody else. And he wasn't even nice.
and how old was you?
16, I reckon. I got married when I was 18.
I expect
March the 27th.
I expect that probably ain't Gail, like wanting to.
Gail was very adventurous. She
wanting to rent that building, the shanty.
Oh.
I mean, I can't hardly imagine you like wanting to.
I was very shy and didn't want to. I mean, I wasn't. That wasn't none of my idea.
Hey, y'all. I do got a
But-
message to one of the viewers.
But anyway, stuff like you're asking now is stuff that you won't never know.
That's right.
If you don't ask it when somebody's alive to tell you what happened, you won't. Like me now, there's nobody to ask. There's one person, Faye Hall. She knows a good bit of stuff. She knows our family and stuff, but her brother had a lot of genealogy stuff wrote down, and he died. He went into Burger King and had a heart attack and died. He's my daddy's her daddy was my daddy's brother, Uncle Estes.
Oh,
And she knows.
oh, you said Faye Hall.
That's her last. That's her name.
Not Faye Myers.
No,
I don't know why I was thinking Faye Myers.
Faye Hall. Faye Hall.
Yeah, I remember her.
Michelle, you know Michelle.
Yeah.
They live. She had a stroke and stuff, and she's living with her daughter right now. She watches our videos.
Okay, who had a stroke?
Faye.
Okay. That's the woman that's kind of roughly your age, ain't it?
She's younger than me.
But like,
A
not a
little
lot,
bit,
is she?
no. But she had to move in with her daughter. And she's having a tiny house built out there out there, so she can kind of live. She's not able to. She's not in good shape still, but she.
Mom, I watched a video the other night where the man, they sold their house and bought a van.
Somebody else done that.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people do it, but like, these are like, you know what made me think about? See, he had a heart attack. So, I mean, these wasn't young people that sold their house.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I mean, it wasn't even a big van. But it had like a tall roof. It was a camping van. But it didn't have the big old body on the back. It's just a streamlined van. Like you see, like an ordinary van. It wasn't no camper van where it's got the big sides and all that. It's just like straight. And they had a refrigerator in there, and the bed and the table was the same thing. Oh, I wouldn't want to do that, would you?
That's too little. Is that thing right there open?
What's that, Mom?
That side of that camper. Is that open?
No. But it's a slide out.
But it ain't open to like something go in there. Oh, I was gonna say a snake could crawl in that hole. I wouldn't. I'd shut that thing.
Oh, them, you see how big this porch is right here.
Yeah.
This is way bigger than what they had.
Oh, good gracious.
And like if you had the bed, the boards on the bed with the little cushions, everybody had to be out that bed to be able to walk through that camper. It like blocking, you couldn't walk around it.
They just chose to do that.
Yeah. They sold their house and bought A
What is
100.
that going across that road? It's gone already. It looked like a big old yellow cat.
It probably was.
They was one down at the house yesterday.
Hey, Mom, and they bought a $93,000 van.
Well, you know, whatever you can live with, I guess, can afford or whatever. I don't know how you think.
And I went and looked at some of his other videos, and he was in the hospital with a heart attack.
Oh gosh.
And done got a $100,000 van.
Mm.
And I mean, they probably gonna go back out, you know what I mean? But they just move around from place to place. And what I was actually doing is, I was looking up a state park at Lake Sinclair. Because they got some new ones that like I don't know about. But he was like showing that state park, and he was calling it Oconee instead of Oconee. He's calling it Oconee, and I knew he wasn't from around here.
Yeah.
But what I did want to say is, I went back and looked at the fishing video.
What fish? Oh, yours.
Mm-hmm.
I watched some of it, but I didn't watch all of it.
And Farm Wife was on there, and I didn't realize then what she was actually saying. Well, because I really wasn't paying attention that good. But I realized today what she was trying to say. For some reason or another, she feels like we blame the farmer. They farmers. Farm wife and her husband, they are farmers. I heard her say before they had 800 acres.
Mm.
But anyway, she was talking about how expensive everything was and everything, and I wasn't blaming the farmers for prices being high.
No, I mean.
You know, diesel and gas is what done everything. You know, like it going up double. And like the semi trucks. You know what I mean? It's all of a sudden costing them a lot more money to take the same thing that they had already took, a month ago. It's like costing them double. And that gas is the key to everything. It going up is what caused everything to everything to go up like it was, including what she was talking about. I don't even think the farmers even control the price of what they sell. It's like a market thing, supply and demand type thing. So we thought that it was. I think she was just thinking that we blamed the farmer, and it wasn't nothing like that.
Yeah.
I seen Mr. T. He asked a man if he had some Tic Tacs. You ought to seen that little bottle of Tic Tacs. It was about an inch tall.
What does that mean?
Well, you know what it used to. You know what Tic Tacs used to look like, the bottle.
Yeah.
But this one was about an inch tall.
Oh. Yeah, everything is smaller. Wax paper don't look like wax paper anymore.
It don't.
It looks like, it don't look like wax paper.
And you the wax paper queen, ain't you?
Well, I notice it whenever they get smaller things, they have a smaller roll in there, and they doing things to make you think you ain't getting less, but you are.
Like
Less
the
quality.
like the 4 pieces of ham in the pack.
I guess. But I just bought some wax paper. I
You
run
know the
out.
lunch meat that hangs up there?
Huh?
You know the lunch meat that hangs up there on the grocery store rack?
Yeah.
You know, that's what everybody used to buy long time ago.
Yeah. I bought some the other day.
And that pack of ham I bought had 4 slices in it.
4?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good gracious. Mine didn't have 4. It had a bunch of it. I ain't still eat all mine yet. Which I don't eat a whole bunch.
And the ham was like it was sorry ham. It's cut out of sorry pieces of meat. It wasn't cut out of nothing good.
Well, they cut in every which way they can.
That ham was tough.
You know, I found out that school in Adrian is no longer a school.
Really? What is it?
It's nothing. It's just sitting there. Young'uns that live in Adrian around there go to Wrightsville or Swainsboro School.
Dang.
That's where I went to school in the first grade, right there in that school. The name of it was the Red Devils. Basketball and all that, you know.
Hey, it stayed that name a long time too.
That building is still there. But they're trying to sell it or do something. And Faye told me yesterday that I said, well, a lady at church that lived down there in Adrian, she told me that school was not a school anymore. And I said, well, what in the world? I asked Faye, I said, where does them youngins that live around there go to school? She said Swainsboro and Wrightsville. That from Adrian to Swainsboro is a pretty good ride.
You got that right.
For youngins to go ride that far to go to school, and there from Dublin, from Adrian to Wrightsville is a pretty long ride.
Hey, ain't that what they was ain't that why they decided to do the lottery?
I don't know.
They did.
Well,
that's why
I'm glad
they's gonna do the lottery to build schools.
That's dangerous, really, for youngins to be on a bus that long every day.
Hey, that's a long ride now.
It is. I didn't know that it was closed. I thought, one time before we went down there and parked side of that fence and was looking at it, and I don't think it was open then.
Down there at the reunion, the key reunion, I've been with you before.
Yeah.
Down there. There wasn't that many people down there?
When?
When you went?
Yeah.
There was a lot of people?
Yeah, there's a pretty good many, but it's not as many as that used to be there.
I remember.
People are dying.
Yeah. Well, see, that's why I was asking. I remember we was down there one time and the man said, they killed 4 hogs for to make barbecue for that dinner. See if he didn't say it exactly like that. And I asked you what was he talking about. Because he didn't say it like I just said it. And I asked you what he was talking about, and that's what 4 hogs for the barbecue of that dinner.
Well, see, people bring food. Everybody brings stuff to have dinners.
Yeah.
You know, everybody brings food, but I don't know if they furnish. I didn't see no barbecue this time. But there's one woman thanked me for coming down there and letting people know that they're still having that, which I didn't even get a letter. They usually send me a letter, and I told them.
How'd you know about it?
One of the YouTubers,
Oh, really?
one of the women, you remember that when I went there and I first went, there was a lady called me over there. She's the one sent me a message and told me they were having that this year, and that she was part of the Keys. And she said she heard me. And she looked up and she saw me. And she's the one sent me. I knew they had it, but I didn't know if they were still having it or if they had quit or what, you know. I didn't have a letter. And that tree that's right by that church door on the left is a little scrub oak. And it ain't this big around.
Hey, it ain't no bigger than it was 40 years ago, is it?
40? 40? I remember it when I was little. They tied their mule to that tree while they went into church, and that mule would chew on that tree, and it's got a big old knot hole in it now. And they said it was going to die, but it ain't dead. And one of the ladies that was signing, you know, when you go in, you have to tell them what family you are related with. Mine is John Nelson. And they said there was a stick stuck up in there and it was hanging out. And I said, what is that stick there for? And she said, there was a snake in that hole in that tree one time. And said they said that tree was going to die because of mules.
Yeah, but why was the stick in there?
Somebody just put it in there for a joke or something. It looked like a snake hanging out of it then, but it was a stick. And all them people down there was related to me in some form or another, you know.
Yeah.
And there's people from South Carolina and all over the place down there. But they were the amount of people are dwindling away because the people are dying.
They wasn't really nobody acting crazy about don't film me and all that, was it?
Stephen said, you'll film anybody, won't you? I said, I reckon. I don't know. I ain't think nothing about it.
Hey, they speak right up, wouldn't they?
Yeah. And the young man that was pouring tea, his granddaddy poured tea, Lordy Key. He worked at he worked at the wool mill, and Lordy Key's daddy was my daddy's first cousin, and they favored a lot. And I went to Lordy Key's daddy's funeral, and I looked in the casket, and it looked like my daddy laying there, and my daddy was standing there with me.
Hey.
And his grandson's pouring tea now. He got me a bag because I was trying to fix me a plate to bring home, and the cover kept blowing off of it.
And you brought me a plate too.
Yeah, he had. Well, that was the plate I got.
Oh, that was your plate?
Yeah, I didn't ever eat. I eat some ham.
Hey, why didn't you sit down and eat?
I was too busy. I wasn't even hungry. I was talking to everybody.
Hey, that was good now. That plate we brung was good.
Yeah. There was some nice looking stuff on there. They had some pecan pie, and I couldn't eat no pecan pie because I had diverticulitis. They told me not to eat any nuts. And I bought a little cake at that grocery store in East Dublin. And some parts of it, there's little tiny pieces of walnut in it, and I had to, when I find a piece, I'd have to take it out. I don't want to get that mess again.
No, man, that stuff about like took you out,
I
boy.
don't even know what in the world happened. You know,
I'm gonna go in and my eyes irritated or something. Just talk for a second and I'll be
okay.
right back.
You got some eye drops?
Yeah.
Okay, you want me to put it in there?
No.
No. There's a lot of things that happens and that you think about and you wonder about, but if you wait, if you want to know anything about anything, if there's somebody to ask, you better ask it, because right now there's nobody but Faith that knows anything about
About the relatives.
yeah, way back. And we was trying to figure out my grandmother, Key, Mamie Key. She had 5 children, I guess. I can't remember exactly how many she had, but she died at childbirth. She had a baby and she died. And my granddaddy Hall went and found Maddie Mae out working in a field, is what I was told. And he got her and brought her there to help with the baby, because he had a baby, and the mama was dead. It was my grandmother, Key, and I guess they got married. I ain't never heard nobody say they did or they didn't. I guess they did. And then they had about 4 or 5 more young'uns, half brothers and sisters, and and my grandmother was the key part of it. See, the second part ain't nothing to do with the Keys.
Yeah.
They are Wilsons.
And you love that stuff, don't
Yeah,
you?
I've always liked to know about our family, and
I wish, I wish I cared more. Because that ain't a bad thing to.
well, it's really stuff that's gone way ahead of you. You know, it's
Yeah, but Mom, I ain't just talking about like knowing, uh, I ain't just talking about like knowing the family and all that. I'm talking about going down there and actually enjoying yourself instead of looking at your watch.
oh,
And like, if I were to go, I would be ready to leave in 15 or 20 minutes. And what I'm saying is that's a pretty good thing to like, that like you want to go and you enjoy it and enjoy talking to everybody. And I don't enjoy that.
well, you know, I don't know why I'm like that. You know, I don't know. I've always wanted to know about my family and who they were, and and I've waited on a lot of things. I know what their names were, but I don't exactly know all of how they come in and all this. You know, I don't know it all.
Hey, Mama. Oh,
And I don't guess it matters no way, you know, but I like to know who I'm related to. And, you know, you and Tony was like me and Gail. I was nothing like her, and she was nothing like me.
yeah.
Oh, shoot, I didn't know it was. What time is it?
It, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's got it on that thing there, but
Oh, I can't see it. It's 5:02.
well, she's home early then.
Anyway, people are, and you don't know who you got this from, but you kind of got stuff from somebody.
Yeah. Like for example,
For example, what?
what we got from somebody.
Me and my sister didn't like. We was totally opposite. She liked to sit around and read. Reading was the last thing on my mind. I like to go out and play and go in the woods, swing on vines, dig holes.
You wasn't interested in sitting down reading no book.
No, no true love magazine mess. No, I. mm, She didn't like to play Monopoly. She didn't like to play cards. She didn't like to do nothing. And if I begged her into it, she'd she'd uh she'd play it a few minutes if I just begged and begged and begged, and then she'd get mad and quit because she didn't want to no way.
I don't. You know everybody's different. But like, I don't care about no vacation.
I don't need it. I don't.
And you know, I don't see what everybody else sees
I don't
in
need it. I don't care
in
nothing.
going and spending a lot of money and
I don't need it. I'm just not one of them adventurers. I'm happy where I'm at, and I don't care about going nowhere.
and like but I'm not talking about like going to the sportsman club. I actually enjoy that, but like that don't. Hey y'all, I mean it's $15 a night
Where?
at a sportsman club.
Oh, well,
It's
you like to fish and all
yeah.
that, but
Well, what? Hey, Mom, let me say it's $15 a night. You can't count what you eat while you gone because you eat when you at home and you smoke cigarettes while you're home. So
no, I don't.
all
I
all
don't.
it actually cost me is $15 a night. You know, I have to put gas in the camper every once in a while, but it's not that much as going from here 20 miles to the sportsman club.
I'm just a homebody. I don't. I enjoy where I am. I don't get lonely. I don't. I'm not bored. I've never been bored in my life that I know
I don't get bored much neither.
of. I mean, what is
Hey,
it?
Mom, Tammy went to Florida, you know, 2 or 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and had her umbrella out and all that, and then opened my book up. I
I
said,
don't. I don't like to read
I said,
either.
did you go swimming? Did you get in the ocean? She said, no, I don't like the ocean.
I I don't care nothing about reading. When I read, my mind is going
all
all
right.
over the place.
We better let them in before they have a fit.
I'm just not an adventurous person. I'm probably a boring person.
And
I'm
y'all,
I'm just happy.
you know that like when I'm at the sportsman's club, I'm not doing no different than I do at home.
Well, what difference does it make if you're there or not?
I don't know. You know, I go outside and talk to people and stuff, and I look at the river and like think about like what I want to do. But like, but really, like I seen him yesterday
Who?
at police ride by here in
Oh,
that same truck.
oh.
Oh,
Was that a police?
mm-hmm.
Well, what kind of truck was that?
It's just a truck.
Oh,
Yeah. So like, see, I got internet down there, and I got a fire stick. I got mine and grandma's.
yeah, but you got to load it up and you got to take it down there and bring it all back and all that.
Mm.
I just,
Hey, mama. We got stuff in the camper, you know, and as far as like toting 2 laptops and your phone and stuff out, it's not, you know, you talking about like maybe 1 or 2 trips to the camper to put the stuff in there. So that part's not a big deal.
well, I don't know why I'm like I am, and I don't know why everybody's like they are. Uh, I ain't never been able to go nowhere and do that, and it ain't never bothered me that I couldn't.
You know, and well, me neither. It ain't never bothered me neither. I ain't never been jealous about nobody going on vacation. But like people, and I mean, you know what I mean? I'm even talking about Steven. Like go up there to them mountains and rent a cabin.
I don't, I don't care about that either. I used to want to go fishing with your
You
dad.
you've done that before, ain't you, Tammy? Hey, you might as well. I mean, Mom, might as well let them back in. They ain't gonna be satisfied unless you out here.
uh, I wanted to go fishing with your daddy. He was off on Wednesday afternoon, and he'd come home and he'd be getting his fishing stuff ready. And uh, I I'd asked him what he was doing. He said he was going fishing. I said, "Well, I want to go too." He you got you can't go. He would get all his fishing stuff up and go over there in town and get an old man that lived up the street from Mr. Hodges, from his daddy and them, and go fishing with him. He wouldn't let me go.
And see, you know, I'm different than that. Oh, I love for Tammy to go. I mean, you know, I mean, I don't even know if I even really want to go to the sportsman club without Tammy.
I don't know. I mean, it was okay, but
And like,
if that
it,
same man, it was that same man that let him out at the road, and he got run over. It was a friend of the family's.
yeah, his name was King.
Yeah, Mr. King. He would take that old man and go fishing, but he didn't care about me going.
Hey, Rick, what are you thinking? I mean, hell, Mom, I mean, I understand a lot of stuff, but like, I don't understand that. I don't understand him want to be with an old man instead of be with you.
I don't know. I ain't never understood some of the stuff. Well, what time is it? I got to go to church tonight.
It's probably about 5:15.
It's 10 after 5. I mean 11 after.
But like, I enjoy Tammy to go, and I mean, I always have. But like, she can't go during the week.
You a homebody.
Yeah.
You ain't no wild run up and down the road. You always.
Why does everybody think I am?
Do they think that?
Hell yeah.
Well, how can what if they know you? How can they think that? You don't hardly never leave the house.
Hey, people like think I'm just wild, man. Just
So,
wild. I mean, people right here in Dublin think I'm just wild.
I don't know. You about the laid backest person. Now, your brother, he wasn't laid back. He was a go-getter. I mean, he didn't stay nowhere very long.
They used to put that over there on Stevens Land over here. Right there's the gate. Right to the right of the mailbox, there's a gate there. And that used to be a cotton field. When we moved here, that was a cotton field. And they had a road that's go up through there, all the way up to the highway, which was a shortcut, you know. And Tony'd walk through there, boy, and get out there and hitchhike to him. And he done good doing that too.
He didn't think twice about walking, and somebody pick him up, take him to wherever he was going.
And
he
I
didn't worry about how he was gonna get home.
I mean, that's when he was young too. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, he would, he always would have a car, but he'd tear it up. And then you'd be walking. And, hey, I mean, he didn't think nothing about it.
Sure did. I'm telling you everything. Ain't it the greenest you ever seen?
Mm-hmm.
Everything you look at is so green.
Is Stevens' tomato plants up there too little for tomatoes? Are they too puny for tomatoes?
Well, they gonna grow, I guess.
Well, I mean,
he just dug a hole and stuck them in it. You kind of dig out around them and loosen up the ground.
Yeah, I know because of your daddy. But like, why come your plants are so much bigger than?
Cause I put black cow in mine. That is fertilizer.
Yeah.
Stephen didn't put no fertilizer or nothing on his. But
I mean, it don't look like to me it's big enough to hold the tomato up.
Well, it ain't going. Is it blooming?
He's got a tomato.
Oh, he has.
Yeah.
Well, they'll have a tomato. I've seen them in that roaches back there where they got them plants. They'd be a tomato about that size on a little old bitty thing that wasn't that high. But it won't be big. It won't be a nice tomato. It'll be.
In that, see that rose bush right there?
Yeah.
Ain't that ugly?
Ugly.
Yeah, ain't that thing ugly? I was thinking about it when I come out here and get set up.
It's a running rose. It needs a trellis and to tie the limbs to it, and it won't fall over like this. It'll. And them goats eat it about up, didn't they?
Well, I mean, I thought they was gonna eat it all up.
Well, they didn't eat the stalk, the thorns and stuff.
I think they did. But like,
it needs a.
Hey, anytime you walk out here, that thing looks like it needs cutting or something. Look at it.
Yeah, it does. It needs some stalks down there, and it needs to be tied, pulled up together in the middle. Look at that.
That thing's been there. It always looks like that. And it don't look good.
That thing right there needs to be poured out because it'll make mosquitoes. It's got water in it. Well, I need to go down to the house.
Hey, got church tonight.
Yeah.
You got till 7 o'clock, ain't you?
6:30.
It starts at 6:30.
And it ain't up there, it's down the road.
Why y'all going to a different church?
Yeah, going to Aaron's church. They closing our church, and we all going to Aaron's church tonight. They have a revival or something, so our preacher said we wasn't gonna have church at ours. We was going to. That's Wani and Tony Oliver's grandson.
Yeah, I know who it is.
That's the church. He's not the preacher, but he's a associate preacher or something. I don't know. But anyway, we all going to that church tonight. And I've got to go kind of get myself together.
Y'all don't never go out to eat no more like what y'all used to. Go to them places to eat. Go to places to eat.
I don't know. Some of them used to go to the Dairy Queen. They'd meet up at the Dairy Queen and they'd go places.
Well, I mean, y'all used to would ride 100 miles to go eat.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of what I'm talking about.
That was like Valentine's or somewhere that down there at Wildcats, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah, well, I mean, we went there, but one time I didn't go with y'all. I went with y'all then, but y'all went somewhere like the Pelican or something other. Go down towards Savannah.
We did do that.
Yeah.
I just saw a guinea go across that road right there.
Hey, yeah, they like
went over there at Dallas.
There's like two guineas that they don't hang around up there with the other chickens. They walk all over the place. And I don't even know if he's got any more guineas.
You know?
I don't know if there's any up there. But
they went over there.
But and because I'm saying I don't know they any up there don't mean I think they ain't none up there. I don't know. But like I know them two. I see them all the time.
I see them before, way up there.
I liked it when them two peacocks was here. You'd see them walking around the yard all the time. I'd be sitting at the kitchen table and see them out the window.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to them, or her, or what. I heard one down there close to my woods one time, and I thought it was her, but Stephen said he thought it was the other one.
When you gonna, now that you got your new internet, when you gonna show us how to make cornbread and stuff?
I don't know, I just have to figure it out.
And how's Cody doing?
He's doing good far as I know. He's 3 hours different than our time.
Yeah.
And somebody said it was going to be 5 hours difference when he gets to Alaska. I may be wrong.
No, you probably all right. Alaska's a long ways, boy.
He's at I can't never think. It's Washington something.
Seattle?
Yeah, Seattle, Washington. I can't never remember that. He's going to a school there to learn how to do what he's going to be doing in Alaska.
Oh,
And he's got a little old bump, little old thing about looks like this wide, and little old mattress to sleep in.
that's for them young people, Mom.
And the boat. And
But
the
I
boat.
didn't know. I didn't know that. I didn't realize he stopped at a training place.
Well, I didn't know all that neither, but that's what he's doing. He's going to school there to learn how to do what he's going to be doing on that boat. And they're going to be sleeping on that boat and fishing.
Yeah.
And he got to Seattle. He had to pay $70 to get I guess a taxi to drive him to where he had to go, to that place where the school place is. I would be lost. I would not know what in the world to do. I mean, I wouldn't know. I couldn't do it. And being in an airplane, flying 5 solid hours. He sent me a thing with the numbers on it. And you type that in and it shows his airplane and where the line is and where his airplane is on that line. Ain't that thoughtful of him?
Yeah.
To let me know.
Hey, he's hard to beat now.
I mean,
he's different, ain't he?
Yeah, he's so caring and so willing to do what it takes. You know, he ain't lazy, and he's the last day of his work. They threw him the biggest going away party you ever seen in your life.
And Mama, there's probably no woman telling him, okay, man, you need to call your grandma.
No, no, nobody's telling him that. No.
Hey, he does.
He is.
He does call his grandma.
He is very out of the ordinary, caring about me. You know. And being so patient because I don't know. He said, Grandma, put in this right here. And then he done it for me. And he's not ill, he's not hateful, he's calm and wanting to do whatever he needs to do. I'm just so thankful that he's
yeah, I wish he lived around here.
I do too. And he's willing to do what it takes to help get himself on his feet.
Yeah.
He was shocked. Everybody in there signed a card, and they all got together and took a picture. They like him. I mean, he does his job, and he ain't ill, and you know he's good at what he does, and he to come from where he come from and to be who he is outstanding.
Yeah. Hey,
he could have a grudge against the world.
I mean, you sure got that right. I mean, Clay too.
Yeah, both of them.
Like them. Well, I had a good mom and daddy, y'all. My daddy wasn't like my mama, but he did support me. And them young is like what they doing.
What you talking about support?
Well, an example of that is Clay and Cody ain't never had no support from there.
Oh.
But what they doing they doing on their own. It wasn't nobody pushing them.
Yeah, they
You know, like you pushed me to go to school, you know. And you know, I mean, I think both of them quit. Both of them quit school.
yeah, Cody had to leave home.
But they didn't have as good a chance as most people.
No, they didn't.
You know, I went on to do all right, you know.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, I made a living and everything. And we lived good. My family didn't do without nothing.
And
And
when y'all went to school and got out of school, I had y'all supper cooked. When y'all, not long after y'all got home from school, I had y'all supper cooked. I worked 12 to 8,
every day.
and I had to go hire a lady to come sleep at my house to make sure y'all was all right. I couldn't go to work and leave.
I don't see how you're doing it, you know.
I didn't.
'Cause,
I couldn't
you know,
leave and go work and not know that y'all was safe and the house didn't burn down and y'all in it.
you would go pick her up.
I would go pick her up at 11 o'clock and bring her to my house, and she had a bed she slept in, and I went to work, and I'd come home at 8 o'clock, and she'd have y'all breakfast cooked, and y'all go get on the bus, and
Well, we would be gone when you got home.
yeah, sometimes you you miss the bus, and
Well,
I had to take you to
the
school.
bus used to come early. I think that bus used to come at 7 o'clock in the morning. And you didn't get off till 8 o'clock.
That's right.
But then Grandma would have to run that woman home.
Yeah.
You know she'd be tired. Done worked all night.
And you try to go to bed and go to sleep, phone ringing, people calling, wake you up. It was really hard. It was really hard.
Y'all ever seen somebody like that, when they pull up in their car, there ain't even no need to switch it off because they're gonna be leaving again in a few minutes. And then they do that. Hey, there's people, y'all, that are the comingest, goingest people you ever seen in your life. And there was a man that owned a motorcycle down the road. Y'all remember 750 Honda, probably. That thing was real loud. He'd wake Grandma up every day, 2 or 3 times a day. And I don't know why people on them motorcycles and stuff think we want to hear that racket.
Well, he lived down that road, and he didn't think about nobody, sleeping or nothing. But we made it.
Yeah. Hey, still here, ain't we?
Still here.
When I moved right here to this lot, man, there was trees on this thing.
Bushes, briars, everything else.
And Grandma gave this to me and Tammy. And Grandma went on a note with me to buy a trailer. And she gave that land over there to Tony.
Yeah.
Now that land over there, which I mean mine's got a septic tank on it, but that lot over there,
That lot's got a septic
It's-
tank. on it.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, it's got a septic tank and it's got water ran over there.
Yeah, sure is.
I ran the water over there myself.
Yeah, it was running from my well up here and over there.
Uh-huh. And I actually need to run another line, a new one. You know,
I'm pretty sure, cause them trees and roots and I
Mhm.
don't know.
I've seen what a black pipe looks like when it's been in the ground for 30 years.
Well, that's been in there over 30 years.
Yep. And it's amazing how grass can grow up in that pipe.
Yeah, and little roots and little. It can get
mean-
up in there. It got stopped up one time.
I mean, I seen it down there at Daddy's when I took that line up that was running to the house. Because I had to buy a well down there. And I seen what that line looked like. And you wouldn't hardly see how water could go through it. And it's really not that big a deal. Now, I don't know why then I didn't do it. I dug it by hand with a pick. All the way from here to Grandma's house.
Sure did.
But like you can get a thing that'll cut a rut, a ditch. What you call it, Mom?
With all them roots down there.
Hey, it'll cut. Hey, that thing won't even slow down.
Oh Lord.
It'll cut through root anything down there. It'll cut through it. And then it's hardly nothing to it. And I've thought about it. I don't know how many times that it really needs to be doing a new line put. I think they got pipe now better than that black pipe, that black PVC pipe I had. I know that I bought 475 foot and it wasn't enough. That's how far my pipe is running from Grandma's well.
It had to go up and then across.
Mm-hmm. And I had to go back and buy more pipe. But you can get a tractor. I mean, you can rent the stuff. You can go rent the stuff. And like, the easiest part is going down through there, digging, letting it dig. Because it'll go, hey, it won't even, them roots won't even slow it down.
I don't know how that can do that through them roots. That's hard.
Well,
Yeah.
it was hard when I done it.
Well, I know it. And it wasn't as many trees and roots then as there are now.
Hey, I do that, y'all, probably about, I done it with a pick. Buried that land. Like over 500 foot.
Sure did. I remember it well.
You know, I mean, I didn't have the money to buy a well. You know, I'm not 20 years old, you know. Hey, so hang on, Grandma, if you're fitting to go with, I'll get on off, all right?
Okay.
So I want to thank Grandma for the pleasant surprise of coming up here. Hey, y'all, I usually go see her some. Not like I should. But it's been a while since I've been down there, and I usually, you know, I mean, like over the years, I've always kind of went down there, even if I didn't stay but 30 or 45 minutes. But I kind of got where I ain't doing that too much. But I'm glad she come up here. She actually brought me something. I want to thank Grandma, because anytime you can have her in a video, you You doing good.
Oh, God.
She's a plus for the video. Want to thank Grandma and want to thank y'all for the chat.
Thank y'all for coming in here. The UPS lady came today and she said, you a Hodges? I said, no, I'm not Hodges. I said, my son is Hodges. I had to explain to her. She was a very sweet girl.
What you want?
She brought something.
Oh, anything for me?
No. I brought you something.
Hey, do I need to go in there and start looking at the Sears and catalog wish book?
No. Boy, I used to when I was little.
I did too, boy.
Oh, my goodness.
I did too. Still like to look at the racetracks in there.
And they used to send it in the mail. It didn't cost nothing. You got it every year.
Yeah, and they done about went out of business, hadn't they?
I don't know. I think the store in Dublin did.
I tell y'all something to remember. Timu is only just begun, son.
Well, I heard. Well, I didn't think they were doing too good.
Timu? No, man. Look here, that's catching like a wildfire. I guarantee you they have hurt Walmart and Amazon. I guarantee you.
I ain't never heard of it till just y'all talking about it. I never.
Hey, that stuff is cheap, Mom. And I ordered two battery chargers, and after I realized that I bought the wrong charger. It looked the same as the chargers looked the same, but I realized I bought the wrong thing, and I couldn't cancel my order. And it was $60, and they sent it. You know, they sent the two chargers, and Tammy took them and sent them back. And I seen on the account where they put that money back in that account.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen where Timu done anything dishonest, because Tammy gets a lot of stuff, and it is cheaper. Like, like, where do you think Walmart gets their stuff from?
I don't know. I ain't
Think
never thought about it.
Think about it. Where do you think they get their stuff from that they sell? I bet this audience right here knows. They get their stuff from China.
Well, I got to go.
Mom.
This 5-4.
Hey, you hear me?
Yeah.
They get their stuff from China. Everything you see on eBay, everything you see on Amazon, everything you see on Temu, everything you see on Walmart, and everywhere else, it all coming from China. All of it.
Yeah.
And then Temu is cutting out the middleman. It ain't running through Amazon or Walmart. It's coming direct from China. But like, I think they got some kind of warehouse over here, because you don't have to wait a month to get nothing. So they have some kind of warehouse over here in the United States, and probably got a bunch of warehouses.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, I got to let Grandma go because she's going to have a fit in a minute.
Yeah,
Hey, I want to thank y'all, the moderators.
Yeah, I do too. Thank y'all for.
Yeah, y'all do a good job, moderators.
Y'all know y'all are very smart people. I can tell you that. I'm telling you, I've never seen. Y'all are the smartest people I've ever seen. Y'all can find out stuff that I never dreamed.
They smarter than what we are, Mom.
Oh, they sure are. You just let them know about something and they can find it out.
Hey, y'all, and we want to thank the chat, too. Because I mean, y'all might not realize it, but the chat is interesting without me and Grandma even sitting there talking.
They,
There's people looking over that chat now.
they some nice people, caring and very observant, and I'm telling you, it's just amazing.
Hey,
how
Don.
smart.
Yeah. Hey, Don, I heard a woman talking about you the other night. How sweet you was. And I mean, she went on and on about how sweet you was. I said, you talking about the same Dawn I'm talking about? She said, yeah. So, I don't know. I reckon I ain't never paid that much of attention, but like, there's somebody that pays you attention, Dawn, because she was just going on and on about how sweet you was. Like everything you said, you know. Everything you said. Everything you say on chat. We get you to call in sometimes, Dawn. If we can do that, we'll get you to call in sometime. Hey, y'all, I really need to let Grandma go.
Yeah, well, I can go and you can keep on talking if you want to, but I just got to go.
Okay.
All right, I'll see y'all later.
Okay, Grandma. Thanks for what you brought me.
Oh, you're welcome. I love you.
Okay, love you too. Hey, y'all, I'll talk another minute because I ain't quite finished up. But like, they chat, like everybody's looking at that chat, you know. And it's interesting right by itself, you know, the chat. I ain't been looking at it too much today. You see, I got the tablet there pointed toward Grandma. But like, now, with this tablet, we can keep up with everything good on this tablet. Like you ain't got to be right dead on top of the chat like you do looking at this phone, because it'll disappear. But like this tablet, it'll stay up there a long time, and that's the reason Tammy does so good, and I do good too when I'm looking at this. Got the tablet. But I want to thank everybody for everything. Want to tell y'all we always appreciate the super chats, and we are not just doing this just to make money. We do want to make money, but you know, if we didn't kind of enjoy doing this, you know, we wouldn't be doing it. Well, you know, especially me, because I get videos that gets views anyway, you know. You know, day after day after day after day. It ain't these lives, but you know, mine keeps right on going. And even on Tammy's channel, I had put a few videos on there, and like, you know, like ones that make money day after day after day after year, and there's some like that on Tammy's channel, and I'll be putting some more on there, you know, that'll take hold and make something. You need like some stuff that'll make some money. And Stephen and Grandma's audience is so big, and you know, they get a lot of super chats too. They actually do pretty good, you know, just with the lives. Stephen does. And then Grandma's got them, you know, she's got all them project videos that still gets views, you know? I mean, hey, she could quit, grandma could quit today. And man, she would still be making money. And that's what I'm talking about. I mean, you need you need a certain amount of them kind of videos on your channel. Hey, grandmas, there's no telling how long her videos will keep running if she quit today. There's really no telling. I know I quit for 2 years and mine was still running. I didn't make a video for 2 years. I got tired of it. And Tammy's actually Tammy's actually like kind of what got me back started. Well, cause like, I just get my Social Security check, which ain't but $500 a month. Now, doing a lot better when I was making them antennas, until the economy went crazy, But like, me and Tammy depend on the YouTube money. And it's them old videos that I got that's actually keep turning. They keep turning day after day. So, hey, y'all all needed to know all about that, didn't you? I want to tell y'all we appreciate it, and there's angels out there, y'all. And there's quite a few of them. You can sit and look through the names here, and they ain't always on neither. But there's actually quite a few angels that will fight for you. You hear me? I know them all. Want to tell y'all once again, thank you for coming in here and supporting the Hodges. And when I say Hodges, that means Grandma too, Want to thank y'all for everything. Hey, we'll see y'all next time. Bye, 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 bye. I'm like, Grandma, let me find that eggs. I went to get some gas the other day, y'all. I put my card up there, in the pump, to pump me some gas. And it said, enter your PIN number. And man, I didn't see the keypad for like a minute. Finally found the keypad over there. Hey, that's just getting old, boy. Is what that is. Hey, we'll see y'all next time. Bye, 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 bye.